I have to do a revised translation of those three. The what was it? I had said the syllogism is the oral object of the conch is a sound because it is the object that is understood by the ear consciousness. So then the first part, the oral object of the conch, is...
What page you on?
No page.
Oh, you just did.
Yeah. Then the first part is the illustration, or sometimes you could use the word instance. Okay.
What is it Tibetan?
Tenshi.
Tenshi.
Yeah, tenshi means here it's the oral object of the conch. It's an illustration.
I can't hear you, Judge.
The oral object of the conch.
Okay.
And the second part, which is the oral object of the conch, is a sound. Okay, so being a sound, that is what is being defined. Sound is being defined, and also called the definiendum. And then finally, then the reason is because it's the object of an ear consciousness. So an object of the ear consciousness is a definition of sound. Okay, sound is what's being defined, and then an illustration is the oral object of the conch.
Go to it. Oh yeah. So they teach them. Send you change to Chilabga.
They get lapsari.
You bet this one.
No, they do so.
Yeah. Talk about it. Oh, the. Go this one.
They lend because
Lemba.
because
Oh, the.
Topachik shoes charter what then they lend it.
Then Kagre. To was a did this as well.
Did because Ranriki Gorla, Ranriki Triggy, oh, that's it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, similar Majesha. Shiba Samayana. Oh, what I did. Oh, Shiba Samayana, Sierra, take those house. Shiba did Samayana. Semen Seni Tenju Kapsu. Miokoya Yoba Maresero, Mashibichedo, Semetseni Mashibachedo, Shungi Kapsu Sheku Maresora, Karesna, Raring Musum Gesheba Yneko, Raring Musum Ge Semetugu Yara, Dogu Yora, and Raring Musum Gesheba de Todusa, Sheba Deda, to this Zechigbe, and then Milua Dehan Toku Desora, Tosim Beshenas. Don't that Milua de. Sema de Utila Milua, Sama Yambade, Shuna Shegu Marese. The Milua Yambade, Shebakona, Sama Gansat, Tamjigula, Sama Yority, you did Sama Yamsun Rari, Milua de Dog de Esegua. O Tiliata Lanjagora. Oh, the condition. Tunjun never named Milos. It's a Miluas and Carcerasna, Sheba de. Main body pig men do some tosuna. And Pajo pig may such a segment to neighbors near the Yona, and a sheba de you let the Milua de Segura. Milua, tension never nese. Pajo de should do something a channel, should do some pig tree tension never she land she share what you know, Milua. Make you never should double tone Trivena. Somebody Milua Mare, could choose somebody there. Pigay Chui Chavachin, you was nay or Marwa. Some Miluet and that it is, or I let you love that.
So the, what did we call it before? That somebody did a hypothetical objection. is just to restate it. It's basically saying that if cognition or mind is we'll just use this cognition. If mind is, if cognition is an authority, it follows that discussions of the characteristics of authority found in the Shastras are pointless, because when a cognition is established by apperception, the non-deceptiveness that exists simultaneously with and is substantially identical to that cognition is already proven. So the idea is, with non-deceptiveness, is that something is non-deceptive if it understands or perceives the functioning of that object. For instance, fire is something that is hot and burning. So if you perceive hot and burning, then you have a non-deceptive perception of fire. And with, for instance, I forget the translation exactly, but water is something that's wet and liquid. So if you perceive a mirage, then it might look like water, but it doesn't have that function of being wet and liquid, or wet and running, you could say something like that. Wet and runny. So then if it doesn't perceive that, and if it's not present there, then it's not non-deceptive. It's been deceived. So it has to have this function of being wet and runny.
Yes, sir. Oh, that did on that schedule, the rest of me are wood. Pen a menzin bet on the Ganichamba. Menzimbe Shebata with the Estera, Shushan Sera. Rangang on Yonzamje, Menzimbe Shebade, Randi de Yonguraba. Menzimbe Shebade, Chesamine Ranyamsun, Randi de Yongure. Dogiora. Ranging on Yonzamje, Menzimbe Sheba Rangi, Randi de Menzimbe Sheba Ranging on Yonzamje, and then Menzimbe Shebade. Mela Milua did talk when ever you Maresugara. Milua sober talk about my imbertalase. Milua Sana, Menzimbe Sheba de Tosela Soba. Tosela Sobe, Dungeon never Chidar Korang Mere Sambanashi, Pacho de Sashi Segba Yimba, Toadan Segbala Soba, Kala Soyatan, and then Segbala Soba, Shing Segbala Sobe, Chawacheba Yinasugara. Segbala Sobe. Chidar Shavadar Nebane, Lala Milua Res, Sheba de Miluet and Dares ora. O te Sheba de Yonzamje Rango, Yonzamje, Sheba de Mela Milua Yimba, talking about your Mares ora.
So the response or the answer to this hypothetical objection is it does not follow that a knowledge object, or an object of knowledge, is completely and non-deceptively cognized merely by an experience of its own essence. Because how could there abide an auto-comprehension with regard to the causal efficiency of cooking and burning, etc. This means that there has to be for fire, we had that example of fire. The function is cooking and burning, and so then if it's just experiencing the essence, then that's not. There's no certainty that that's a non-deceptive perception. It could be deceived.
This one. Oh, that didn't wish. That the Milue Shebarwa. Samalumi Chen Shebase. Utile Milue Shebade, Utile Samayimbe, Seni Shaba, the Dream Dosewara. Garasana, did Samakanga Kabim Dosewara. Samayina, Utilia, Karsura, Milue Shebayimbe, Kabim Dosewara. Canderesana, Della Machabambas. Nella Miluanese, Utila Miluatenese, Wara. Shebate, you. Togje yu dela milue tondate miluane yu tobe toinas yu to tobe score was wara kaji so zoba chugara penangala meko yu sambara ene ko taram buchine tone malhabla rechevis tonsona o tapige mendosam drawina ko me raya score sigora chude bichi tonina taram buni kakongu ne chukugina o tapige chundosam drone pige drone chudi raya score chutobe mena Dagi Pika Chudu Sambe Samade Milua Review Mara. The pound Rosan and Tovation, the Milua Reco, Tanda to Tovera. Or Chesa Lela Miluane Yudi, Tove was a quarter of us, a Tobet and Daravasora. Give it the Lugamares, a copy, Tonashi, not Mexico, and the Opia Mendoza, Drosanaco Rasona, they give it the Milua. Sheba de Milua, so Sheba de Sambanashi, Tanda de Yona, Consa de la Coyation. Koya de Kogo to Guara, or Tele Milua Sigora. So Kansa de teachers Tana, Milua Yena called the Toya Vascora. Ko Kala Chukuna Kala do some Picando and Kala Toya Cora, Chuku some the Chutoya Cora, Robajicoya some the Pigay Roba Mission do some Dronico, Taos Toy on the Chine, Roba Yungumara. You tobe in Asura, Lela Miluane, you tobe Toyena. And the dollar soba suga. Tomini be Yeshe la Semen Mashuba Euros. Tratobe Yeshe delia, don't get Taraj, Mote Taraj Tosna, Taraj Tosona. Tico Pandon and Trad Tobe Yomar, Trad Yesara, Ragamarwa. Oh, did take us. Talasoba Suga Tomini Bese, Korayake Homaresora. Yeshe la Semen Mashuba Euro, Transin Yeshe delia, Semen Sangamanduasora. Garesana. Tala Milua Remeduas, give the teachers to Tani, Takin Tradi Ragdu Hata Donate, Raya Meduas, Gora. Milua Remedus, Tobia Meduas, Gora. Oh, did the Sukore.
That's that's Ola, that's a gun.
That's a holding a lot, honey. Until you have Trevor, Talichoya, one band of Atenchirus, my Banchangura. Tandangani di Kaji Treva de la Guarda. Cham Machaba Treva de la Guarda. Oh, the Milua Sheba in Betogum dos Samayana, Transinia Sheda Lons in Besheba to Kanga, Milua Remendose, you the Tobia Yoma Resido.
Oh, that's it that they garnet because a tree Yoma.
This was one.
Did drama did
yeah. Sheba Samayana, Samet Seni Tenjus Meba to Meberta, Radingus from Yesheba to Banate and to this age, Miluani Jatus and Bishop, Strabatin, but again a Lapsariba.
They land in a bed,
This Trevor Joshua.
did Zerba.
And she announced the two Trevor together.
Oh,
The Parland Jagrat, you never Milu Talent on the attention.
Sheba Church.
You must say. Young Jala Gangone.
Oh, did what's a did picture?
Gindosa. Shiba Samayina, Seme Seni Tenjus Mebata Mebarta, Ranring Geshe Drubana, Te Rang, Trubisaju Medavaniga, Troops and Bishop Domare.
Sheba Samayina, then it did lend it.
Landed Dandira, Tanjun de Baneva and Milos Sierra. Sheja churches get on the lumber. Menzin Besheba churches in the degrees. Rango Yonsam Jimilo sober toba. Kurango de Ranrig in Yongur de Tesamji, called Yula Milo at the Togmares. Caresna Yula Milo hasna, Socialas of Menzimba Nashi, Menzimba Tato, Kalazoata, Shing Segbala Sogbage, Chawachi, Nebachakotona Yuna, Sheba de Shavatar Yuna, and the Lala Milueton Dares. Ti Menzimbe Sheba de Ranrigi, Menzimbe Sheba de Yon, some get talking about your mares.
The Curtoria. That did Trebade.
Yeah, tell him my chap and 10 days ago. I don't understand. Tan did it and you love Georgia. Get under the tell her my chaba said Yaba. Below Sheba de Samet Senishana, Samal Chogmendose. Samat Samal Chogmendose. Carresna Lela Melo attorney, you the Tobaton.
How goes on?
Mela Milo as a made the Raya Gore, Segora. And I should Dala Milo and I tried the Raya Gore, Segora. Tried the Tosasone, give it teacher, take it trading alcohol, Raya Navasora. Oh, this order. Milo and Medwas.
Did it. So then.
Explain what happened.
Explain what happened? Oh, just that. I thought maybe I just got it confused where exactly we were, that's all. So then now I understand where we are. And we're at this next topic, which is disposing of the object disposing of the objection that the definition is too narrow. So here the hypothetical objection is since it's saying that the definition of a valid cognizer or authority is too doesn't cover all instances and so then it's too narrow. So then it's saying here that the hypothetical question is that since non-deceptiveness regarding an object has the meaning of attainment of an object, and since no one can attain anything by words, oral cognition does not fit the definition of authority. So this idea of attainment is if we stick with that illustration of fire being having this function of cooking and burning, then if somebody sees something that wants to cook some food, for instance, and then sees something that looks like fire and can go over there and cook the food, then you're obtaining what you're obtaining something from that object. And also if you and let's see, if you want to get warm, you could get warm. The idea is that if you want something, then you're getting it. And then this is what it means by obtaining. So then, but if somebody were to then say something, the words just, there's nothing attained there. You don't obtain anything from words because words just disappear. So there's nothing. They're gone before you can get anything from them. So then the objection is, well, oral cognition, and hearing something, It does not fit the definition of authority here.
Yes, right.
Tanda Drisang.
Yeah. Tangani tele lenja gyorda. Tanda ko suchi lapsa. Yeshe transin yeshe le chame chengi shu sangi meduse. Trade tobe yo mares lavra. Tadele lenja gyorda. Trale chonga yang number de baton shiro siwa tsawa. Trale chonga yang sde tra nang yudu cheba ya tra song yudu cheba le tene chonga transin yeshe te ansigwara. Sama merume kyo ma yo mare sama res wora. Sama sangi sangi res wora. Karesne rangi ngombar debe sheja tradi togbe chris wora. Tralo tondo chugure se tradi kari bada hako to nation den togbe wora. Muti len jawre. Trasong du chebale chunga nyeshi chuchen so den do. Sama merume kyo me des. Sama mai bekyo medus wora. Rangi sheja ngombar debe den suduza korang sheja del sigdo. Ngombar deba suduza. Rangi sheja ene ngombar debe den tradirwa. Ate sartu tokbe sheba yimbe shirchara. Dogre wora. Lo res wora.
So the dope it.
Foto ne degre pandro ne tobe ke yokumara.
So the answer to this then is that the oral cognition then, that arises from objectifying words that have been apprehended does not have the problem of unsuitability as an authority, as a valid cognition, because it is a cognition that newly shows a manifestly desired object as its own, as its own valid object of valid cognition. So it's saying here that it isn't unsuitable as a valid cognition because the valid cognition, because the definition is of a cognition, right? A new and non-deceptive cognition, and if the person who's cognizing then understands newly, the word is that the person has cognized, or dokpa means realize its object. Really, it's just that that it understands or knows its object. If it knows its object, then that completes the definition of a valid cognition. It doesn't have to somehow obtain something. No.
Yes, right. Oh yeah. Yang ge lo tong ye ngu sum so tu do se do. Yang se de dale chong yang ngombar de ba ten shiro se do. O di yang de de kar tu de sana. Ta zimbe sama shin do lo zimbe sama de ge ya rang ge she cha de lo de to ya yo mar de te lo se me se ni shu gu de se ge ra. Yang ge lo tong ye ngu sum so tu do se.
So, in the root text, that there's a word "to" in the sense of also. So the word "to" indicates the inclusion of the visual perception of lightning. It's just that lightning is another illustration of for the objector that. In that hypothetical objection, that you couldn't obtain anything from lightning because so quick, it just goes, and then there's nothing there to get anything from. So that's another example of for the objector anyway, it's another example to illustrate his or her point, but that point is not holding up.
당연히 돼 오마들다. 대주 시작군라 참말 그룹에 텔렌도 된 주베시 투바 참말 주베 지자시나스도. 투바 산게 좀 된데 좋았던 일이지. 기복은 더베던데 주베 체도 투바 산게 좀 된데 참말 주발로 그가 민도 줍고야 민도서라. 좀 메고야래서라. 가르스나서라. 땡주데 배자강가 아니 시작군라 참말을 봐. 주지 참말을 와서라. 배전을 셰샤버에 배전을 셰샤버 되고 셰바다도 템바스는고 주지도 강가 참말을 와서라. 주지 참말을 와서라. 농참말을 와서 어때서 따내네 하고 톱고도 와. 토바산지 좀 되는데 참말 조금 도와서 기분도 좀 줘발이야. 아니 땡주도 봐로네. 디네소선데 톱톱도 와서라. 땡주 시작군라 참말 기베 텔렌도 좀 주베시. 토바 참말 좀 먹고서 주베 지자시나세. 토바 산게 좀 되는데 참에 기부 주베 그거 가려래서 거라. 저래다수 가지고 저래서 야 어디 줄었나?
So someone another hypothetical person has a hypothetical objection, and so this is, since the commentaries, says here shastras, it means commentaries, are authorities regarding all objects of knowledge or knowledge objects, they should affect the accomplishment of one's goal. So what then is gained by proving the Muni to be an authority? So he or she is just saying, why bother to prove that the Buddha is an authority if you just look at the commentaries, and the commentaries are authoritative. So what's the use of proving the Buddha to be an authority? Teresa.
Yes, no. 다들 발레 저기ora. 발레 저기ora. 랜드 가르쳐거든요. 주식 기타도 조세요라. 지다. 주식 기타도 간가. 아니 고랑게 주제데 대 임바 주베 따ян다 저기 말해서 거라. 주식 기타도 주식 기타인데 파조 람게 간사 되줄라. 된다데 전대 예바다삼. 전대 법에 따ян다 저기 돼서. 주제데 법에 따ян다 저기 말해서 거라. 들려. 마오보의 제배유 동강로라 랍서 텔레전에 참만이 있어요. 주제 자대 마오보시어로 남게셔로. 마오보되게 제배 전도 주배 유스 그 가를 남도기 이벤트 유스. 배나 축해셔서 랍서나. 다콜이야 축구도 아삼 그 축구에서 남도도 아삼 더바여바데. 대하고도 뒤주직 다해서 거라. 대포도 그래서 거라. 대야데 돈다데 이바데 포토 마레서라. 페나트라메다 바레스라나. 콜라트라메다 바시레스. 람딘도 삼틴 데바데 포토레. 트라메다 바레데 코트라메다 바 임베셔스 쳬송아선나 포토고 마레서라. 쳬제데 임바 투투고 마레 쳬지기타. 네. 그다가 라우라 소랍 쳬지기타라테나 하코토 그레스라 카가. 쳬지기타도 람나야. 티 임뱅에바 요 말해서라. 네. 툭툭고 말해서 조직이 담에다 발라서 담에다 봐인데 조직이 다되게 담에다 발라베 쳤으나 내가 요 말해서라. 어다 조직이 다 전개들 그 담에다 봐서 라베 다반도로 그노 요 알아서. 그래서 그 담에다 봐서 랍송하서나 되게 알아서라. 네. 어디 시기라. 마보에 제배 요 동강로라 랍사와 텔라탄 사만이 있어. 그노 보고다 다래서라. 된게 되니 교제면서 교제 된다데 Imba Trube Kusen Yanda Rigma Race were. Tande. Nobody choosing Tramita Bares Lapsona. Tramita by in the court, Tramita by Lavisana, Digmarati. Titande Homaro, she touches our matter. Oh, this is what that.
All right. So, here then the response is it follows that the expressive words in the commentaries are not correct cause-possessing reasons that demonstrate the reality of high rebirths and definitive good, which are the real objects expressed by the words, because words expressing that are authorities, that are clear, they are correct reasons in bringing about in the mind of the listener a clear appearance of some object that is the object the speaker desires to express. Then what's being said here is that simply saying that the words in the Shastras are correct reasons, then you, for proving the reality of high rebirth and definitive good is not enough. When you have just words expressing something, if you take an expression of somebody says, bring me some water, then just from those words, then we can understand that the person wants water, okay? That you can understand that. But in terms of being a reason establishing something, that's not the case, and so then the words in the commentaries are just that. They're not sound or reasons but they're you can understand from the words that some object that the speaker is desiring to express.
This one.
No.
Oh, yeah. 당연히 된데 말로는 로션에 들어. 된줄라서 왜 주제기 전함식도. 된줄라서 왜 주제기 전함식이라. 랑게 주제 된게 대코나니 뭔도다 내려라서 봐대 거를 집에 따한다 말해서 거라. 가래서는 tel라 주제기 전에 랑인 쪽에 추수 주베시를 랑마와부 제바 전된 주베 유년바부 로여도 rabdu sebe tanga kanyin ba te kuwar chebe chama de tayanda yin bechirse. Kulung de pokbe, ko tende lamdu duga samche ku kulung pokbe tayanda resha sigura. Kulung pokta gura, kul ti lamdu duga sam, kul deba ten duga sam, ti de pokta gura sigura.
So it's just to go through that, then it follows that the expressive words in the commentaries are not correct cause-possessing reasons that demonstrate the reality of the high rebirths and the definitive good, which are the real objects expressed by the words, because the words expressing that are authorities, that are correct, they are correct reasons in bringing about in the mind of the listener a clear appearance of some object that is the object the speaker desires to express. It's saying that you can understand what the speaker really what the intention of the speaker is, and they're good for that, okay, but they're not good for establishing cause possessing. They're not reasons that establish high, the reality of high rebirth and the definitive good.
No. Yana shunga me to yang tajun chima da timber charo sedera. Yige tajun singi doa ta yige dale chunga yang ngomban de ba tan chiro si chi doa.
Dale chunga.
De ta sawa dera. Dale chunga sholoka tangbu de chigang tangbu dera. Dale chunga yang ngomban de ba tan chiro si chi do so. Ani ba del tanda dala dane chama ni se chin do so.
Niego ya. Dale chunga chi.
Chamalumi chanshi sholoka tangbuti.
Sholoka tangbuti.
Chamalumi chanshi ba tunji neba neba ni melu dale chonga yang. Ngomban deba tunchi ro sikidwa. Te wo mige mawa buye chebe yu tungan lola rapsewa. Tela tani chama nyis tachidwa. Te tanda nga zu shayin ba. Te taki ngema ke tajunga me tanda te yang. Ane dale chonga yang. Ngombar deba tunchi ro sarangi. Mawa buye chula kulung. Chundi ki ngombar deba kulung. Pogbe tayanda res. Tindil chane tigri ese wara.
So here,
Dale chunga se chikni duwa se warwa. Da ige dale chunga yang ngombar deba tunchi ro se dale chunga se chik duwa. Tanda wo dili ya mawa buye chebe tungalo reswa. Tela dane chama nyi se Tachik duwa se warwa. Di ta tachun chima digi tunda te ngama de dale chunga yang se te chima de da tuba chikba driba jamna digri se warwa.
Here it's saying that in the previous verse in the first verse it says non-deceptiveness arises from words too, and here it also say words in the Shastra, in the commentaries bring about in the mind a clear appearance of some object that is the object the speaker desires to express. So the point being made here is by saying alternatively the meaning of the previous interpretation should be applied so as to accord with the words of the latter, is saying that the two here are can be understood to be illustrating the same thing about words being able to validly communicate the speaker's intention, or you can say also motivation. I think intention is better.
This one?
No, Didris.
Oh yeah, that's about capture by Bangba Nesigwa. Geshe Jan Samar Ted, Milo Yubishir, Dana Kajik Sutsubasugara. Don't Musum say, Musum Samasiora, Musum Samacha, Tinichaba Samacha, Tinichi Sisha, Lo she said, Tindayora, Shebalia. Musum the Sheba Samanibude, ko you start to tongue Sheba Yungura. Samarawa, you start to Milo Yungura, Musum the Sheba Samanitilia. Musum Sheba, Chesana, Samangama to Simbe, Tondo Chesimbe, Toba Chesimbe. Tunda de Samangama of the young tongue Shebatella, Shesiguara. Penangazo, Musum Gichton, Cassichton, Tirishina, or Cassitan in the chairs on some Tayandoa, or the Tamba de Chesiguara. Tambo, you Musum to Toya de Samara, Musum Samara, or Dagging attended in the Tonson, Mitchit in the Rosa, some Tanda Tayandoa, or the Chesiguara. Samangama de meeting Musum to Tone, Titopji Tandako Tangiora, Titsamamare, Geshe, Samangame, Tondo Chesimbati, it's Samangame of the young dog, Tosin Dogba, Semiji was it, Sama Maimbasko, Geshe della, Tosimbati, Samangame Tosimbati, Tongang, Sama Maimbe Shibasilia, Geshe Sigora, or the Dakajan, Kanajane Geshe de Samarigato Sigora. Karisna Milu Shebaravasora. Milua Ravako taking Musum Toya to Togiora. Sarto Milua Marimado Toya Togiora. Oh, dear, summer target to Use. Karisna Milu Shebaravas, Sobasiora. Somebody capture us. Milu Shebade, Samasani captured Rasha Sigora. Sama Mainga to Sama Rendu Race or a characterization. And there is a Cheshe and Sama in Bartars. Milua Yubech, Milua Sheba in Beches or whatever. That is so better.
So then, now we're on the topic, or the outline, I guess we say topic then, of disposing of the objection that the definition is too broad, that it's, reaching out into objects, or just it's including things that are not valid cognitions, or not authoritative cognitions, I think is better to say. So so then this is going to bring up something about subsequent cognizers, or subsequent cognition. Subsequent cognizers are happen after the a valid or authoritative cognition. For instance, if you saw something yesterday and remember what you saw today, that would be called a subsequent cognition, and is not considered a valid cognition, simply because it's not new. And so then, but here the opponent is sort of, not the opponent, but there's a hypothetical objection here. It's saying that it follows that subsequent cognition also is an authority because it is non-deceptive. So the objection is that somebody is putting forward then is that that subsequent cognition does have this quality of being non-deceptive.
Yeah, that little land jaguar, Swans in your consume them and do said again. Land jaguar, Tamatelia. Caresna, Lokunzuba, temperature in the church and cigar. Lokunzuba, the Lokunzu talk about the cigar. Talk about your Lokunzuba cigar. Lokunzuba, temperature shade is water. Tambungusum get on a chema or tender tonsons, some temperature cigar. Or the Cheshira, temperature shade is water. Samani do Mendu de Samamare, Najagora. Caresna, around the Jiggy, Swan Zincher, Kunzum de Mendoza, etc. Kunzum is a low Kunzuba temperature shade is water. Mendoza, Samayba Mendoza, Swan Zincher is the Taco Yora. Caresna. Randenje Samangama Sunshi Tos in Be, 20, and it's Sheba Manyan Be 20, Lana Tambe, and Zimbe Shebare, Lana Kotangi or Kura, the Sarto Togi or Mare, Rangdo Togi or Mareko, Samamare Cheshire Esgora. Swan Zincher, consume them Mendoza. Digdoa, yeah, oh, teach a letter.
So then, the response to this hypothetical objection is that, to use the terminology here, it says of the root text, it says a conventional mind. A conventional mind means conceptual mind, that it has, that it's conceptual, that it has a concept. So then a conventional mind, a memory, a subsequent cognition cannot be accepted as really being an authority, as really being a valid cognition, because it is a cognition that by memory apprehends again an object which is already apprehended and cognized by a previous authority that induced the memory and has not diminished. So it's not newly cognizing the object. It's simply recognizing the object.
This one. Lo kunzuba segdwa. Lo kunzuba tamba cheshe. Lo kunzuba seswa. Lo kunzuba sede tokba kanga lo kunzuba segara.
Tokba kanga.
Kares ne ko kunzub sede tribele rangse. Rang chenye ngobo ngone chembade sebe chene tongala tripki yara ko. Gusumi no sebe che tongda rangse ngone de tonggo yara. Da mezum dashana. Dagin tong debede dranaji yore tele tende tindis tong song sam tengi yora. Rangse de tonggo yama ngone trane sebe che ngone de tonggo yamara. Koran simle chi charge dagin tindis tong song sam kitwa. O ti dusanti lo kunzu ba se gore. Rangse rang chenye ngobo ngone de chemba che tunji da mandre che sebe che tongala tripki yora ko. Koran nawali che so che ne ti samlata te yora. Te so lo kunzu se gore. Rangsen tongala tripki yora ko kunzu se.
This term conventional mind may be better to translate as a concealer mind. Gunzop means concealer. But we're usually always translating it as conventional. So it gets put in like that. But so nobody would really know what a concealer mind was. But so you put in this word conventional. But what conventional mind means that it conceals the object, okay? Because it's a conceptual mind. It can, when you have a direct perception of something, then you're dealing directly with the own marks or the specific, characteristics of the object, like the flowers here. Whereas, with all the specific characteristics of these flowers would be appearing to you, and you would be engaging them. But with a conceptual mind, then you're just dealing with some kind of an appearance of those flowers to your. It's really an appearance of those flowers to your mind that lacks all of those specific characteristics, and so then what is being said by this word conventional or gunzop or concealer is that it's hiding the conceptual mind is hiding all those specific characteristics from you. So it's sort of obscuring them from you.
Oh yeah. Pichi lamna kadon se tandecham. Sardo milu shebatele chamasigwara.
Sardo
milu. Yu la sardo. Yu sardo rangdo yi tongge ki milu shebatele chamasigwara. Tandan de milu asigda one sardo se de chargore semba. You start rang yula sardo milu shebatele chamasigwara. Chamala yana niyor musum chamada cheba chamase. Musum chamada cheba chamase. Musum chamasana tokba dan treshin tokba mayinge skora tokba dan treshin ne matue sartu milwe ribatelia ngusum samasi gore penangarazu metonzimbe ngusum mishita budira tokwa marwa ko tokwa de teshi tuyo maro norio marwa ma tuyo tokwa de ma tuyo sartu milwe ti korarang dobji togdoa ngusum samara tammi sum se tikande metochi sum samlutana tokwa de ti Geshe singadira sema mare this one ta chiba sema sana ta yanda jusen yanda sambal tene yudi sart tongenge shebatelia chiba sigor te tokbaro ye range ten ta yanda le tene koten sa de ta yanda jusen yanda le tene ene range sheje de ko to girbe suge sart togyora musum je seve cheje togyo mare tenji cheje meseva arab cheje ne togyora ta chanda ta yanda le tene range ten ta yanda le tene range sheje ko to girbe suge sart tonge shebatel cheba samas gora tanda ta yanda jusen yanda ke cheso samlutane ne o ti resha ti remedus tonge tele cheba samas gora ches de che jusen sambe cheso ta yanda jusen sambe cheso ne yude pongenge shebatelia cheba samas gora ti chilamna
cheba sama de
sum sama de cheba sama ni ale
then it's important at this point then to understand well, we have this the difference between when we're talking about valid cognition or valid cognizers or authoritative cognitions, then there are two types. There's the perceptual valid cognition, and there's inferential valid cognition. With perceptual cognition, we're talking about directly engaging the object with our, you're directly engaging the object like we were talking about before, where you're seeing it unmistakably and without any error, and you're seeing it newly, okay, and without any what do you say, and without, what do you say, non-deceptively, without any deceptiveness. So that is one form of valid cognition. The other form of valid cognition is where you're understanding a hidden object. Okay, the object of the valid cognition, the inferential valid cognition is where you're understanding the object unmistakenly and without any deception, based upon a correct reason. So then that's an inferential valid cognition. It's because Dayangdagla dene Tokyo.
Oh, the Dayangdagla dene Shesha start to tongue tele Chibatsama.
Yeah,
Chibatsama. Cheso Palpetsama.
Yeah, then did Sardu Sigio Manawa. Did a Sardu Sigio.
Sardu Togre. Sardu Togba Niga Chibara. Sardu Medonga di Cheshediba. Cheshedi Togba.
So, and also you can add in that it's newly, but both of them have to have that same general definition of a valid cognition, that it's newly and non-deceptively. It's newly and non-deceptively cognizing its object, whether it be directly or by, in the case of perception, or indirectly not indirectly, or based upon a correct reason, as in the case of inference.
무슨 라야 제시 요라요 다들 들어면지 무슨 야 담보 경계 무슨 등 무슨 참말에 살도 또요라
네.
아니 니가 손바도 가진 때에 되는 제마도 야 제시래요래
네.
살도 또요 말에 다음에 제바 참마데 따다 교생할 때는 담보도서나 살도 또 버려 다 니가 손바도 삼다 되는 제마도 제시래
네.
제바에는 제바 참마인 거 말에 무슨 있는 무슨 참마인 베켜봐요 말에
네.
네.
So you also have to understand, this is epistemology, that in both cases, whether it's perception or inference, okay, then the new to be a valid perceptual valid cognition or an inferential valid cognition means it has to be new and non-deceptive. So then any subsequent instances, after that there's many subsequent instances of perceiving the object or inferring the object, but all of those are understood to be what we're calling subsequent cognizers, that they're not new, right? So they're subsequent cognizers, so they're not valid cognizers.
뭐야? 당연히 니바딘다. 단디 밀라 속에 원불라 때네 자 더토베시 참마 많이 남서다야 가지고 또 바꾸고도 와. 미와 나와 저와 료와 저들 때네 자 아니 단다도 톱고도 와서 그라. 밀이야 뭐 가도다 입다 저서 미와를 샤워를 때네 단다도 톱고 알아 봐서 그라. 미와 나와 저서 양 참마 된게 요래. 치르발로 요래. 남발에 치라마 카지게 왕부터 참마 된게 요라. 신사
네.
미와도 참마 시바 장장 참마 마셔셔. 미게 왕부 참마 인세라 왕든 tre바 참마 다 상게 망부 요라. 당가라도 디스타트 밀로 시바들 참마 샤워스 거라. 미와 나와 참마도 참마 마레. 테줄레 때네 던다 토스토스다. tobe yore de yesu chama mare sigara ko de tobe ko yore mingla sogbe ongbola tene ja dan tobe chirse mingla sogbe ongbola tene ja khado da ibda jose da teso tone da tobe doga se te cheslo na teso mule chama mare be sigara oh shenas totibre tati labdal dam
So now we're coming up with another hypothetical objection, is that because one attains objects in dependence upon them, I don't like the English like this, I always get confused. So because one attains objects in dependence upon the sense faculties, then aren't the sense faculties authorities as well? Aren't they valid cognizers as well? Just easier for me to understand it if I say it that way, but then if you won't, I can read it where it says, because one attains objects in dependence upon them, are not the clear visual and other faculties authorities? It's talking about faculties here. It's not talking about consciousnesses. It's talking about physical faculties.
This one. Loni chama ni se de le jagora loni chama wangbo to chama mare tene yula sardo milo ya sheba amlo te kona 아니 참말 샤고래 소라 로네 참만이 시거라 간데레스나 랑이 넘버 샤베 코네 사도 로아메베 로네 추제 시거라 랑이 유기 넘버 샤베 코네 사도 로아메베 로네 추 셰바데 추제 시거라 참만이 인데서 티 참마이레시 로 원부도 좀 말해 시거라 에테네 참에 쉐바다 마쉐벤 레부 투지기 소르 기르베 셰바임베 cherseba sardu loa mebe sheba teletene seme cheben rebu yongyore seme ma cheben rebu kanga de tubjige sor gibe sheba tere esgare oti labdani seme cheba da ma cheba ches labsoro gani ale ko chi labshan ma do tugdo
So the answer or response to this hypothetical objection is then only a mind that is new and non-deceptive about it's only mind. It's really we're not talking about physical faculties that are that can be valid cognizers. It's only a mind that is new and non-deceptive about the arisen aspect of its own object. Only that kind of mind is an authority, okay? Because it is cognition that chiefly accomplishes indirect and direct results through authority. So here we have the idea of indirect and direct results, and that will be covered next.
That's right. Oh, that you get number shave kone, you'll start to military but you are. You'll number shave kone, you'll start to military but they semi children table is gora. Semi trebasona, Tambuchik Hakosona, you pena ABCD English in Becuchera. At Dinane, Tezukarina some. That the areas labgura, areas labna, oh, the areas and tendency do something number shani tendency something yes one. Tako teachelia or a cigarette, and they got a deep any cherry say, Panja Koshen Yora. Tinane chick loss on women's in a share yomara. Chick tended yes no the areas. Then the Mari Kanga Maria Hakotubra. Then they got a dish. You talk about something, you should toss on a teletene, you talk about some parma sheba, Nibasumba Chekiaris. Rangarazu loves on the city, Yilam Tambuka, Kangalabura, a chick lamb, any chick shensona, and Nibasumba Shen, Mambushan, Europa, Mambushangra. There's a Kanga semi Treban Debo Sigara.
Semi
Treban Debo. Penango Lamiko Vantoba. Tarvatoba, Sanjay Kovantoba Kanga, semi Treban Debura. Mahomba Tambuchi, Nesu Chicto, Teleten, any Midawato, Tungawato, Chito, Tendeton, Panjaya, Combated Dryora. Or there's a Mahomba Nachungu Kanga, semi Treban Debusigora. Don't I keep Sama said the co Kansa so quiet, and that the truth, Mego at the Payu, quiet the so Tobachi, and that Samara. Milua, the Kansa de Milua. Keep a long dollar to be cute so sigma. Colacoya carre, Sendiline, than the Trogoto, the Kalasai, or a Kalakandesira, Coche, Samacha, Nico, Kalara, Trogochagura. Santezu Kanga de Kibulang Zakarina, Goya Carina, Megoya Carina. A long dollar to be cute so there, Satumulu, Shebatic Sigara. Oh, Titambuchi case on a teleton the Pange. You send the Mambuto Yora, or Tezu Gangal, semi Chubin Jabusigora, Tarba, Nodongele, Tamje Kimba, then a Mindivin, Kosamlutan, Tambuka Mena, Kosamlutanje, Kochubucha, so Kangba, so teacher, Chala teacher, motor, Tenet Namdu Chonso, Tenekon, Namgal, Sama, semi Chubin Debra. Oh, this Sama Sigora. Kiburia, Langzat of Toria, Toria. Nezu machine basado share that. Oh, Tezu Kanga Mishiba Mombo said that there was somebody Samaritani Ongora. Satu Milu, Shebalitani Ongore. One bullet and you on Tokamaro, one would take a soon of Rawat and then a Kado, the Yiptos and Miwanton, Shanda Kakotomara. Now I'm going to try the sortugure shendaka haku tomara.
네.
sheba dege, tade chikte o de chosa, tade karasido, de tandatiri, de segres, mabushi, iji sheba shentora, sheba shentogora.
네.
Chezanko, sadumilo, ribachi yona, teleteneni, kibulangdola jugbet, kibulangdola jugbet, semaleteni juguyara, musunda chebaleteni, pa mobe pa sequia sutu, tende de yongura, tende chema maobana. ko torja torlang jalang hakoya te samade same sheben de usigora ale disila
so in this idea of direct and indirect results, that the first it's like learning the alphabet. The first direct understanding of the letter A is new and non-deceptive. Oh, that's A. Then, so then based on that direct, that's kind of the direct result, it's called, and so that means that based on that initial direct understanding, then we can have correct understandings of what a B is and what a C is. It's not an A. It's not. That's not an A. And so then you have a. So those are the indirect. Okay, the later. When we don't want to use the word subsequent, but anyway, the later ones that are based on that initial valid cognition. So the idea here is that there's an initial valid cognition that with regards to any kind of whatever we need to adopt and whatever we need to what do you say, cast aside, then based on that, then we can understand, build our understanding of the entire Buddhist path all the way up to omniscience, from understanding all of those are indirect. So what the idea here is that there's this, that everything comes about in based upon the that initial direct, non-deceptive perception that's new, right? It's new then, and so then it's not at all the case that the sense faculties, which are physical sense faculties, which simply reflect the various sense objects, that they can't then what do you say? It's mind, right? It's cognition. I guess we'll just have to say mind. That or consciousness that then is able to affect all these the direct and the indirect results, and then that's also true in anything that we do, because of a initial what do you say, a new and non-deceptive perception, then all these cars are created, airplanes fly, and so forth. It's all, those are indirect results based upon, and they're also valid results. What do you say? Valid. Yeah. They all result. They're indirect results of that initial direct result of having a valid cognition or an authoritative cognition.
Da yugi namba shawe kone yula 사도 밀려 리버치어와 오 되게 유기 넘버 쉐가 거네 유티야 밀로에 쉐바데 그 유티 또 봐서겨라 유티 또 봐서도 그 정도 쉐바 땡데데데 녜시니 버라다 다 쉐래 그또 봐나시 또 토기어라 또 봐서도 정도 쉐바 또 봐셔봐 다데 이마인다 진데 또 봐요 말에 또봐 쉐버래 정도 쉐버래 될 처음에 또 봐서겨라 또 손선에 그 타준 땡데데데 하고 고여라 자 유기 넘버 쉐가 거네 유티 la milloe sheba de yute to bi ora to ba se ora tondo che tezum che ora ta ko tende de nge ba ko na to ban sambana shi ta ta re de ora to ba se tile ya seme ma che ben de bu se ora seme ma che ben de bu se
na ne
ko na nyamdo yore yute namba sheba ko ne yute la sa de milloe ri ba de yute to ba se tezum me ba se tondo che ba tezum che ba se ba
tezum che ba
no So you did talk about it, semi much of it. Senda Barucho, Mokranyamdo Yorwa, you get number Shavakuna, you let out military, but you did talk about Shebas Yamdora, Sachibar Yamdora, Tinibaru Samashandaga Church, the Chick Jetineti, Jetineti, and there's no Chebasaga, Barula part Sheba, didn't any Barula, the Cheba. Sheba said she does one thing. Machebas look on Yamdosa day, Machebas.
Yeah, it's almost.
I need the order you broke.
The translation here then. When you have an object, right, the object, what we say is that the object here mentions a mind that is new and non-deceptive about the arisen aspect of its own object is an authority, a valid cognition. The object, there's an the object there arises in the mind this representation or aspect of the object, and then that. So then you realize the object means that when you realize that object, or maybe better just to say when you know that object, knowing that object, or cognizing that object maybe is even better to say, cognizing that object or knowing that object is when is that you've eliminated any kind of any kind of false superimposition. You completely eliminated any superimposition or projection on that object, that you know that that you know the object as it is. Okay, so then the idea is knowing it and having that quality of valid cognition are that's new and non-deceptive. Then those are just together. There's nothing in between those, but then. So based on that new and non-deceptive knowing of the object, then you have later, you have these, that's called, what do you say, nothing in between, okay? I mean, we're calling it direct, right? A direct result. But it's a direct result, or there's nothing in between, because it just, the knowing of the object and the, and the valid cognition that's new and non-deceptive are just all, they're right there together without anything in between. But so then these indirect results that then, we're not talking about that they're not valid cognitions, but they just happen to be indirect results because you don't have, there's something in between. Is a literal translation of this Madhava and Java. Yeah.
Yeah, this one.
No, this
Oh,
one.
don't you log in that. Loni Samani Shara. Rangi number share corner Sabdu Lua Meba Changi Loni Chuchin Sigura.
No.
Loti Sigura. Samani in this Samare Sigura.
Oh, yeah.
Loni Samani said. Tandangani di Jordan drawing ba.
No, yeah.
Mila Sobe Wombo Saval Sama Mares, Wombo Sama Marulokona Samares. Rangi number share corner. Sadu Lua Mevachin Lone Chuchin, Samani in the Yeshe, Wombo Sama Maru Lotte Samare Sigora. Seme Chebadan, Machuban Drebu to Jigi, Sor Gubesheba in Beaches. You number share con a Yula Sadu Milo Lotte Latene, and you Toba Seme Machuban Drebudan. You chick Toba Latene, you send a Niba Sumba Shibanga Tende Tone, or Seme Chuban Drebu to Jigi, so and you can number share con Satumilo Lodere Sigara. You send the Indian Seme Sheba the Mashube, Drebu to Jig or give a Sheba in Beach Sigara. Did you love any Sheba the Mashuba?
So then here, just to read the response here again, only a mind that is new and non-deceptive about the arisen aspect of its own object is an authority, is a valid cognition. Only mind, it's because it is a cognition that chiefly accomplishes indirect and direct results through authority. So it's only mind that chiefly, what the emphasis here is on chiefly or principally accomplishes indirect and direct results through authority, through valid cognition. Then it will explain, it goes further into these indirect and direct results.
This one. That's Seme Chuban Drebu to Jig in this Sigua. Seme Chuban Drebu to Jig Yeshe. In this, that's our Landa Torjung over you, Juga Tezu in Chirtana Sangadua. This one. You get number share con the Yula Satumilo Ripati Sigora. Seme Chuban Drebu to Jig in this Sigora. And it Langja dance, Landa Torjung over you. Langja dan, Torjung over Yeshe, Rala Langja Koya Karina, Meguya Pa, Never Sogoya Karina Tisigora. Landa Torjung over Yesigua. Jula Teso Injina, Yun Dorlena, Langja de Sulangura, Nangora, Dorje de Pa Dorne, Yukura, Mevsora, or did Langja Torjung over Yun Dorlena, Sora, Chitin Dorapa, Pangya, Mevsa, Chit Sulangura, or Telia Kibu Jube, Consadin Jube, Kuso, you can number shares, Lottery Sigara. Or this one that did some children able to see in the Lanza dan Torjung over Yun Dolina Jube, Kuso Tiresagora. Teletan Lanza Langi Torja Turki Tugishani, Mondul Sendi, Tanda to Yena, Tikanga to Guare, Kawachamal had a Mikovan to Nason, Kawakana Kaviore, Koyadong Edan Trene, and then Tarbatokuna Tuguare. Kondrupane, Seva Comia in a Kanga Teletan Yongora, Sanjaki Kovan Topado Kanga de Sendi Kibuke, Langza Lang, Torchat Dorene, Sunde, Kawachaman, Gondolada Miko, Sanjay Kovan Topado, Landorke Kangati, Semecheben Debre, Eswara. You can number share con a Yula Sadumulu, Sheba Delitan Yongore, Sembi Samlutani, Tiriti Maritin, Landu Sheti Yongoera. This. Landa Tojengo Julete.
The jailer.
Lanja Tojengo Yundo.
So then it says, an authority accomplishes indirect results because an authority being an authoritative cognition or a valid cognition accomplishes indirect results because it is the chief cause of a person's engaging in adoption or rejection of entities that are to be adopted and rejected. That it's talking about a person in this lifetime that has this valid cognition, right? That then, based upon that valid cognition, then engages in all the different practices of the path, determining that anger, hostility has to be abandoned in adopting, being patient, and so forth from this lifetime on until the attainment of omniscience. So it's that going through all the practices that are needed to attain a high rebirth, and then also all the practices needed to attain liberation and so forth until one reaches to full enlightenment.
Yeah. You get number Shavakuna, you la start to Mulu, Lotte Rangasego, Lotte Locona, Seme Machu and able to be in the Segora, Seme Machu and able to be in there. And it's our currency. You know, Jenny Tadebe, lawyer talk about Tadeshe, Tayan and the Yeshe, Savate Godoa. Oh, the cousin. They you now, Segura. You get number Shavakone, you la start to Mulu, Sheba, you now, Segura. They you now, Segura. They you now. You talk about some Parma Cheto, Johnny, when they you Vecherose. You get number Shavakon, Gombola Satu Mulu, but you know, Gombo talk about some Mayore. The dinner she go you number Shavakon, you tell and the Toba, Tondo Sheba, the Panajaco Yungiora. There's on that call, Seme Machu and able to see this, Gora. You name Jenny Tadebes, you get number Tademombo, Sebo, Kabuya, Cheba, Medawa, Duce, Tungiawas, you get number Madame and the Shawalatene, you that the Teta, the Tobe, Sama John de Gora. Or tell you Seme Machu and the Busidoa. This one.
Oh, dear.
You know, Jenny Tadolo to Tena Division. There you know, you talk with some Paramacha to John of the Bishers. There's a Tondo Sado Junior, you Lola Shara, you get number Tadebe, Loy, you talk about Tade and John Bishers. Lola Tambongombe number Shar, Ra, Gombatora. No Gombo the good and can't let any Kebares and number Shana. Kujin Kebatora. Kujin Cheba Samutane, Kujin Chebatora. Till number Shavakon, you did not talk with some Barma said to Joe to Gudua, Young to Gudua. This one.
Downward there. No, they.
You know, Jenny Tadebashara.
Did.
You do it.
They did. Breathe the dana, then it doesn't what went into the document. They did. You. Similar to. Not to be driven. Sure. Semi Tribby Draper Troop J Yina. They same Rebecca and
yes, it was not you get number Shavakon, you la Sadu Mulu, but the Esigora. seme macho ben rebu tupji rese gora seme macho ben rebu tupji rese de indese ene de yo na so yu jin namba sha ko na sa tum le ri pa chi yo na so de yo na so da ene yu to ba sama bar ma she ba she jo ne ba yo ke to gre se gora yo to gre se gora ter ta se te yo to gre de se gora yu to ba sama bar ma she ba yo to gre de tondo sar do chune ge lo la se tondo chune ge lo te le ya yu ge namba menda so sha so na ene yu te dan te to ba sama ta de don jo do gre se gora ngombe namba sha so na ngombe to ba sama ngombe de chujing ge chebe namba sha so na cheba to ba sama ngombe de keji ke juru namba sha so na mida ba to ba namba mida ba to ba she yu ge namba menda sha ne tang bu chik sha ge ra yu chik sha tena kansa de ya meto de chik sha meto de meto namba sha go meto to so ta meto de kyudan ken ge ke ba ore sa chu lo to she kyudan ken ge ke ba re sa na kyujin le ke ba to so namba sha o da kyujin le ke sa ko meda ba re tanda ya kyudan ken ge ko juro chen ki ge te go re sa na namba sha sa na meda ba to do sa lo le yu ge namba meda sha tambu chik sha ne mambu to ju hara mambu chik ina te ne su mambu to ya yora tambu chik sha ge te to te namba sha ko ne te to to ba che te ni ya shen da sam lu ta ne ke ba dan che ba dan du je dan te tong ba ni dan se ro kan ga sha yora ne su mambu chi yora ko ne lu mambu yora o te re namba sha ko ne te da te to gre so ora che sa ko chik ne su chi to so na ne ko ne lu namba menda ka sha na te re ne to ne tondo che ne te zum che ne te de che to ba she ba pa ma che ba ki gre so ora
da ha go so
ya ta ya
it ko bar me che de yuri ho den
patar
courage to ba sa ya and so then it's helpful to understand the example of well, sorry. But now what's being said here is that once you have this initial, what do you say, valid cognition, then based upon that, are all these other valid cognitions where, for instance, if we just have a clear valid cognition, perceptual valid cognition of flower, okay, or blue, or whatever you want to say, then in the case here we're talking about flower. So then the flower, then based upon that, then we can reflect on, well, how did this flower come about? There are all these different causes and conditions. It needs, water and sunlight and so and fertile soil and so forth. All these things. Then, so it's something that is arisen in is a product of causes and conditions, and therefore we can then understand that it's impermanent. And there's all these different. What do you say? Different aspects of the reality of this existing flower that come as on the basis of that initial direct, we're calling it a perceptual valid cognition. And so then that direct valid cognition then gives rise to all of these, and in that process is the process of that is where the mind is constantly coming to know its object by eliminating the superimpositions. Okay, we can say false superimpositions or projections on that, and coming to understand, what do you say, coming to know its object. So here in the and they come. What is? I was a little lost because there's this one word. They come uninterruptedly. You know, it's just like one after the other, and you so that you have. So if you read the translation, then it says, and that authority, okay, that authority accomplishes direct results, because if that definition is true, this being the case, one is able to establish directly the definition of authority as cognition of an object. This follows because since there are different aspects of the object appearing to the mind that is newly able to cut off superimposition, one is able to establish different authoritative cognitions of mental objects. So that you have that that initial direct, what we're calling direct, or it doesn't have any anything in between, right? It's a direct valid cognition, and that knows the object, that the any kinds of superimposition has been eliminated, and so then based upon that, then there are then so many different aspects of the object appearing to the mind, and then and that is then based upon that. Then since there are these different aspects of the object appearing to the mind, that is newly able to cut off superimposition, then one is able to establish different authoritative cognitions of mental objects. That's more, just more and more cognitions then are based upon, because there's so many different aspects of that object, then more and more, what do you say, valid cognitions are created based upon those different aspects, or what do you say, induced maybe by those different aspects. Oh, I guess we got to the end of the class. And what are we waiting for 5 minutes now before we turn it off?
Yes, dedicate.
Okay, so that
Drisa.
No.
Sumba padon doda.
No.
Ndine o dandisha.
The Sumba bar, right?
Yeah, I need to. Yeah. Oh yeah.